In my time as a guitar teacher, I often saw the students playing their chords correctly in terms of fretting their hand, no bass, no damping. That's what we want. But what many teachers and education books forget to mark out is where to start from the strum. Next, I will give you two examples how to play the chords correctly and how to play the chords wrong as well. First one is this one. The problem here is the strumming has to focus on the A string, so it does matter which string the player starts to strum at first. A very important technique is also the muting of certain strings in case that you miss the starting string. Here I'm muting the string with my thumb. The system that lays behind this is very easy to understand. If the name of the chord is the same name of the string, then start strumming from this string. A major, start with the A string. D major, start with the D string. E major, start with the E string. Same as minor. A minor, A string, D minor, D string, E minor, E string. If the name of the chord has no string name, then start with the thickest, deepest, or lowest string. Example, B7, A string, C major, A string, F, D string, G, E string. Next, I would like to give you 3 exercises that could be easily integrated in your daily practice routine, starting with the downstrokes at first. In this video I like to give you some recommendations of every starting string of every basic chord. Let's start out with A. Skip the E string, start on the A string. Let's move on to B7. Mute the E string with your second finger, like I showed you with C major. The first string being played is the A string. C major, as I showed you in your first example, skip the E string, mute it with your third finger or your thumb, and start from the A string. Let's move on to D major. Skip the E and A string, maybe mute with the thumb as well on the 6th string, and start your strum with the D string. So the A string is not muted, but it's not focused with your strum. If you play it by accident, it sounds fine as well. Now an easy chord, E major, start with the E string. With F, same as D, skip E and A string and damp the A string with your third finger, like in C major. If you do F major as a bar chord, it's fine, you can strum it like E major, every string. G major, start with the E string. So in this exercise we concentrate on the chords A, B, C, D and F. Fret the chord, then think which string has to be strummed at first. Then place your pick on top of the string and finally make your strum. Repeat this 5 times, fully concentrated. In this case, I like to play A major. So the root of A is the not fretted A string. So my starting point is here. I place my pick above the A string and make my downstroke. Next, B7. There's no B string. That makes the bass note. Yes, I know we have this B string, but this is not the first note that's being played because we only have 2 strings left here. We want to play a full sounding chord. So B is in the 2nd fret of the A string. So the A string is the deepest note that is played at first. So I place my pick above the A string and make my downstroke finally. Next one is C. C has the root note on the A string in the 3rd fret, so first note that being strummed is the A string. Placing the pick on the A string again and make the downstroke. Last 2 are D. D has the root note on the empty, not fretted D string, so I place my pick above the D. I make my strum, and with F major I do the same. If you do a bar chord, you can play the low E string, of course. If you find this video helpful, please make sure to like, subscribe and ring the bell, comment, maybe share with your friends, so that we can go on make this kind of videos. Thank you. To make sure that your upstrokes sound well too, you fret the chord, lay your pick underneath the highest string, in this case the high E string, and make your upstroke. Make sure not to hit the unwished strings by accident. You can watch them to make sure that they don't move after you made your strum. Repeat this 5 times, fully concentrated. So avoid doing this. Upstroke. Watch this 6th string. I hit it by accident in this case for this example. Here I'm muting the E string, make my upstroke. I go upwards with my hand here. Make sure not to hit the 6th string. D, same with D, A, and F. The final exercise is to combine the down and upstroke and to watch your movements. That's all for today. Keep practicing. See you in the next video. Bye.